screens down. Alright, morning gentlemen. Now, moving on from finding missing lengths in a right angle triangle using trig, we are now going to find the missing angles in a right angle triangle using trig. Most of the steps are the same. There's just one different thing that we have to enter in our calculators to get the angle. We put our pens down and we pay attention. Thank you. So, find theta to the nearest degree, and I've got a right angle triangle. The first step is label the triangle. Let's label.
Yes.
Side opposite to the 90-degree angle is the? This is the unknown angle. This is opposite, and this is adjacent. Now, choose the correct ratio. So, do I need A at all? No. So what are the two things? Which ratio has O and H? Sine. We write that ratio. So I'm going to write sine of this angle is equal to O over H. Now, put the numbers in. Sine, we don't know what the angle is, theta, equals. Opposite is 12 and hypotenuse is 17. So now we have to tell our calculator, find the angle for which sine of that angle is equal to this number. Does that make sense? Right? But if the calculator was a human, you tell them, so the sine of what angle would be 12 over 17, and the person will think about it. But this is not a human, it's a CAS. You have to enter things in the particular way that the calculator understands. And that way is using the inverse ratios. CAS down, listening, and you need to pick up your CAS when I tell you to. So how do we tell our CAS, find the angle for which sine of that angle is equal to that number? We then say theta, so that angle is sine inverse of 12 over 17. This is our way of telling the calculator for what angle will sine be 12 over 17. But how we write this in our calculator is this way. Sine inverse 12 over 17. Now, what you need to do in your CAS is the first thing, check that it is in degrees mode, DEG. Never ever use scratch pad. It can be in a different mode to your actual document. Go into a calculator's page and check that you can see DEG. If not, change it. Can you see DEG? Is anyone in Scratchpad? Great. Now, we need to tell our calculator to find the angle theta for which sine is 12 over 17. So you press the trig button. Can you see just below the sine, it's sine inverse? Sine negative 1, that is sine inverse. So press sine inverse. Now, and then, how do we enter a fraction? Control divide. Control divide. And then enter 12 over 17. Now, press Control Enter to get an approximate answer. 44.9009. However, it says find theta to the nearest degree. First of all, is the answer in degrees? No. What will be finding? Angle. What mode is our calculator in? Degree. So is this angle in degrees? Yes. Did I say use decimals? No. I said to the nearest degree. So you need to round it up. So theta is, will I write equal? Yes. I wouldn't. I'll write approximately equal. Does that make sense? Yes. Yes? Alright, CAS down. Next question. So that's what this says. We use the inverse ratios to find the angle. Does that make sense? So sine, cos, tan are used when we're finding missing lengths. And sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse are used when we're finding the angles. Is that clear? Now, next two questions, it says find theta to the nearest minute. Find theta to the nearest second. What are minutes and seconds doing in a degree question? What is this all about? Any ideas? Alright, no ideas. Have a guess. Yes?
Maybe it's like the time it takes for someone to go like from there to... They're like, I don't know, say you had a kite or something, you're flying it. I'm not sure.
Okay, now that's fine. Thank you for trying. So angle is measured in degrees, but there's smaller parts to a degree, right? So there's degrees can be divided into minutes and seconds. How many seconds in a minute? 60. How many minutes in a degree?
60.
Okay, just like hours, minutes and seconds. You know, there's 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute. Degree is also divided into smaller units of minutes and seconds. Does that make sense? Okay, if I say that, you know, this work has to be done in 30 and a half minutes, wouldn't you say it's 30 minutes and 30 seconds? Right? Isn't it more, isn't it sensible to write it in minutes and seconds? For example, if I say, okay, you have to do this in 1 3/4 of an hour. Does it make sense for me to say that 1 hour and 45 minutes? Same thing with degrees, minutes and seconds. Minutes and seconds are smaller parts of a degree, and rather than giving a decimal answer, you can actually tell this many degrees, this many minutes, and this many seconds. Does that make more sense? Okay? You don't have to do the conversion in your head. I'll tell you how your CAS will work that out for you. Easy? You just have to think about rounding it. Alright, label the triangle. Hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. Which ratio? OA. Try again. 10. 10 theta equals O over A. Tan theta equals, are they in the same units? That is important. 24 over 33. What will I tell my calculator? What will I say? Theta equals tan inverse. So find the angle for which tan is equal to that. Now, however, don't forget, the question says find it to the nearest minute. So we have to ask the calculator to do it. Again, calculator is not your friend. Can you please give me in degrees, minutes and seconds, please? You have to know which buttons to press. So there's a book button just below the delete sign. It's the catalog button, the book button. Can you see a little book? Press that. First enter this. So first enter tan inverse. Sorry, I should have told you. So trig, tan inverse, control divide, 24 over 33. Once you've done that, press the right arrow to come, make sure your cursor is here, just outside the bracket. Press the right arrow to come outside the bracket. Raise hands if you're there yet. Alright, nice. Once our cursor is outside, we press the book button. Has everyone pressed the book button?
Yeah.
How many options? Can you see the 6 different menus there? You have to be in menu 1. So if you're not in menu 1, press 1. Now, you guys are tech savvy. If you were to search something that starts from D, what would you type? D. But it's actually quicker to type in E and scroll up. So you either press D and find the DMS, or press E and go up and find DMS.
Oh, I found it.
And then Control Enter. Control Enter. So DMS. Again, you don't have to write this DMS in your actual paper or book. That's just the notes. Now, this is the answer that I got. If you got this answer, put your CAS down. So I know when everyone's done. So now the calculator hasn't given you the answer in decimal degrees. It's told you, okay, the angle is 36 degrees, 1 minute, 38.5 seconds. We now have to round it to the nearest minute. So that means we need to round it here. Yes? Now, minute has how many seconds? 60. So how many seconds have passed? 38.5?
Yeah.
So what's half of 60?
30.
So have more than 30 seconds passed?
Yeah.
So won't you round it up?
2.
2 minutes. Because if I say 1 minute and 40 seconds, will you round it up to 2 minutes or 1 minute? 2 minutes. Isn't that sensible? Because there's 60 seconds. So theta will be approximately equal to 36 degrees and 2 minutes. If you haven't paid attention, the single dash is the minute sign and the double dash represents seconds. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
So if it says nearest degree, just control enter. If it says nearest minute, you have to do DMS. And then use your brain, which you all have, and round it. Like you would normally round minutes and seconds. Let's do the third one, to the nearest second. Label, hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. A and H, which ratio? Cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Cos theta equals 35 over 40 because they're in the same units. Then theta equals, what do I tell my calculator? Cos inverse. But it's asking me find it to the nearest second. So what would I do? DMS. Do it now. Dimas. Find it. Cos inverse. Trig. What dims him?
28 degrees and 57 seconds. Or minutes.
Control enter. 28 degrees, 57 minutes, 18.09 seconds. And so we need to round it to the nearest second. It's 18.09 seconds. What would you round it 18.09 as? 18. That's it. So theta is answer. Is it difficult? No. Finding angles? Made easy. Any questions?